Brazilians see Hamas as a terrorist group and consider Israel's response as unjustifiable. Hostage drama at Hamburg airport ends after 18 hours, normal operations resume. France reports 1,040 anti-Semitic acts since October 7. Russia prison population plummets as convicts are sent to war. Russia's Wagner Group to supply Hezbollah with air defense. Hamas official says North Korea is ally, insinuates it could one day target the U.S.
The U.S. just sanctioned the Russian manufacturer of Lancet, a $35,000 tank-smashing kamikaze drone that has been impeding Ukraine's counteroffensive. BBC reports, the U.S. is quietly arming Taiwan to the teeth. Ukrainian Air Force commander confirms destruction of Russian warship in Kerch.
Domestic employee of former Indian High Commissioner forced to work every day for 17.5 hours and paid just $9 per day. Hundreds demonstrate against high rents in Zurich. Hundreds of migrants rescued off Spain's Canary Islands.
Turkey says it agreed with Egypt to take Gaza cancer patients for treatment. The King of Jordan announces the airdrop of medical aid to the Jordanian field hospital in Gaza. Reportedly, UK's NHS hit by severe drug shortages due to Brexit red tape.
New isle emerges in Ogasawara chain after volcano erupts in Japan. In Italy's Sardinia, Arzacina, incredible discovery during a dive. 50,000 ancient coins have been found. Smithsonian debuts first display of asteroid Bennu sample brought back by OSIRIS-REx. Brian Armstrong says, Anchain is the new online, as Coinbase beats expectations, with $674,148,000 in revenue. Bitfinex addresses minor security breach, user assets secure. OFF pauses V2 on Ethereum, freezes certain assets on V3 due to reported issue.
Another huge win for Ripple, XRP, as Georgia's national bank selects it for CBDC pilot project. Taiwan to recognize Bitcoin as legal tender. Elon Musk confirms none of his companies will ever create a crypto token. U.S. money supply is doing something not seen since the Great Depression, and a big move in stocks may follow. PIMCO, JP Morgan are gearing up for long winter in China markets. South Korea to ban short selling of stocks until June 2024.
Robert De Niro admits in NYC court he asked his former assistant to scratch his back. Doug Jones, veteran indie film programmer, dies at 53. A Philippine radio anchor was shot and killed while on a Facebook live stream. Netanyahu suspends Israeli minister over Gaza nuclear comment. Previously, far-right minister said, nuking Gaza is an option, population should go to Ireland or deserts. IDF disavows the comments by military rabbi, calling for conquering Gaza and Lebanon. Hamas planned for massacre during Passover, Iran forced delay, claims a report. Turkish police tear gas pro-Palestinian protesters at air base used by U.S. forces. Israel's military claims it has cut Gaza in half, surrounded Gaza City.
Opium supply drops 95% after Taliban drug ban in Afghanistan. 1 billion rand in drugs seized as cops crack down on networks in South Africa.
Trump and allies plot revenge, Justice Department control in a second term. Donald Trump claims he won all 50 states in 2020 U.S. election in Florida's speech ahead of New York court appearance. Disney Plus Hotstar sets new global live streaming record during India vs South Africa ICC World Cup 2023 match. Sri Lanka sacks the cricket board days after World Cup thrashing. Jorge Almiron resigns from Boca Juniors after runner-up spot in Libertadores Cup. Women's sexual unrestrictedness tied to economic empowerment and reduced parenting demands. Breast cancer awareness should be emphasized long-term for women, with a false positive mammography result. Cholesterol regulates insulin-induced mTORC1 signaling, the rapid activation of the critical kinase, mechanistic target of rapamycin complex 1, mTORC1, by insulin, is key to cell growth in mammals. Puppet combos, Christmas Massacre is too crazy to be released on Switch or Xbox. Guinness Book of Records investigates Bobby's age, the Portuguese dog who died at 31. More fruit pouches for kids are being recalled because of illnesses that are linked to lead. Last week, the FDA warned parents to test their children after lead is found in one Habana fruit puree pouches.
IMF says Australia needs to raise interest rates further to control inflation. Westpac chief says rates may need to rise as profit hits $7.2 billion. UK's charity magazine The Big Issue calls for public help ahead of the unprecedented poverty crisis. Japan's wajai beef exports to Cambodia tumble, bucking overall trend. Von der Leyen, Ukraine exports 100 million tons of goods through EU solidarity lanes. Investment firm from Hong Kong, ZQ Capital buys the bookstore chain Popular for undisclosed sum. Global warming will reach 1.5°C threshold this decade, in a report. Large language models understand and can be enhanced by emotional stimuli.
Moan Inami wins Japan Classic for first LPGA Tour victory. Novak Djokovic wins record-extending 7th Paris Masters title.
Ship owners urged to make modification to protect vessels against EV fires. Chinese Tesla rival NIO cuts 10% of workforce as CEO predicts intense competition. The impact of parts shortage for Jaguar and Land Rover could be present until 2024.
Japanese whaling mothership calls it a day, amid industry stupor. Drunk grizzlies keep getting hit by trains, in Montana.
U.S. drafts plan to bring grizzly bears back to Washington's North Cascades. The Kingdom of Bhutan becomes the first country in the world to achieve 100% dog sterilization and vaccination. NSW Riverina koala colony, which re-established in 1970s, shows signs of being chlamydia-free, genetically diverse. Malaysia's PM Anwar says Japanese firms to invest $6.33 billion set up Tsukuba University branch in Malaysia. Foxconn sales slide after China launches probe.
A roofing company from Florida, giving free turkey, AR-15 with roof purchase, as part of Thanksgiving special. Reportedly, Korean bedbugs can survive even when dumped in a bottle of insecticide. The Beatles now and then on track to become band's 18th #1 single. Peter Jackson reveals more Beatles music is conceivable after release of final song by Fab Four. Slipknot part ways with drummer Jay Weinberg. First Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes trailer, set stage for post-apocalyptic conflict. Rotten Tomatoes adds new released film to worst movies of all time list.